2.2 has recently come out, and there is a lot of mistakes I see people make when creating. I'll be using this video to cover these mistakes and suggest different alternatives to help lessen these mistakes and to improve from them. These are things you should not do when making levels in Geometry Dash 2.2. The first mistake is blind jumps. There have been many cases where when I play a level, for example, on my streams, that there are blind jumps. The problem with these is that there's little to no time to react, and creates a really annoying feeling of playing the level, because you're basically guessing where and when to jump without even being able to see it. The best thing you can do is to adjust your gameplay to be on the same line of vision as the rest, and to add more elements to help stay on the same height. Not only does this make the level more fun to play, but it also creates better opportunities for sync. The second thing I see a lot of people doing wrong is playing with camera rotation and zoom. Oh god. It's often overused and causes insane motion sickness while playing. What you want to do is try to keep the camera rotation minimal and use it to make your gameplay and the music stand out more for when it's needed. Here's an example from one of my levels where I keep the rotation minimal. The third thing I've been seeing a lot is the overusage of shaders. Shaders are a really cool addition to the game, and there's still a lot to discover and understand about them. The main issue I see a lot is that people will keep shaders on for almost the entire duration of the level, or spam them a lot in means of making stuff look cool. This is a thing I heard from someone else before, and I'm not sure who, but you should consider shaders like spices in food. If you put too many spices in your food, the taste can become oversaturated or disgusting. The same goes for shaders. Shaders should be used as finishing touches rather than the identity of the level. As you can see here, I'm using a lens circle to give a nice shadow to the outside of the screen. For this level, I use glitches and chromatic glitches because it fits well with the music, and I don't abuse it any further. I don't know if I should call this a mistake, but it is something I noticed personally while playing. I find it way more difficult to play levels with swing copters that have indicators in the gameplay, and feel that swing copter feels more natural to play when you're the one that has to decide when you want to click. However, there's this level called Star Road that may also have a better alternative to swingcopter indicators shown here. I think it's something creators in the community still have to find a feel for, as swingcopter is fairly new. This is still a bit of a general thing that has been around since the beginning of time, but it's still something I want to bring up as it's been more noticeable the more I've been playing levels and requests, and I want to try and give some tips for it. Gameplay sync. Making sync can be quite difficult if you don't know what you're doing, which is understandable. I find that gameplay, especially hard gameplay, is way more enjoyable when your clicks sync perfectly with the music. I've been practicing building sync gameplay more recently myself, and have learned a lot from it. To make better sync gameplay, it's always good to playtest your song and level and gradually build the gameplay as you listen by ear, making sure every input syncs to some aspect of the music. You could make music sync to the bass, the melody, perhaps even vocals if they are present in the song. It's something you mainly get with practice and should be practicing as you create levels. You could try referencing how gameplay and sync feels from different levels. In this case, my favorite level for sync is this level called Bit Blexit. I think it sets a really good example of how gameplay sync should be made. So intensity kind of ties into gameplay sync as well, as you also have to listen to music by ear and learn how to change the speed of your gameplay based on the intensity of the song. This could be pretty hard to judge, depending on what sounds intense to you and what doesn't. Personally, I'd experiment seeing what feels the absolute best and feels intense for you to play. Another good way to find whether the gameplay feels intense enough is to get your friends or other people to playtest your level and see how they feel about it. I think this brings another really good point that I should make, which is to ask for feedback on your levels. You could ask your friends to play it for you, or go to a Discord server like Geometry-Creators or the Geometry-Creator School. There's feedback channels in these Discord servers that let people submit photos or videos for feedback, which means you can get feedback on your gameplay sync and intensity as well. I think this basically sums up everything I wanted to talk about. If there's anything else you wish for me to talk about, leave it in the comments. I'll gladly talk about it more. I suppose I have covered everything for this video then. I hope you enjoyed it, and please like and subscribe. Catch you all later.